I'm recording this video on my iPhone 14 Pro front-facing camera. I just have a lav mic here, and that you see there is the 2020 Mercedes-Benz GTR, and I'm going to be showing you some of the cool things that this car has and a few of the upgrades that have been made to it. It's making some popcorn. I just switched over to the back camera of my iPhone 14 Pro. The video that you're seeing right here is unedited. I don't have any gimbal or stabilization mode enabled, and I'm just going around this 2020 Mercedes-Benz GTR. This one that I have is a V8, and you can see here, if I move closer to the car, we have the V8 badge here. Now we also got the yellow AMG calipers right there. You can see how they look, and you can see the rims that it comes with. I like that when it comes to this car, Mercedes-Benz tried to get a little bit aggressive when it comes to making the grille. So look at the front of this car, the way it looks. It's I like to call this car a little shark, and you can see the way it sort of curves in from that hand side, and then from the left hand side too. You see how it sort of has this V-shaped shark nose that comes forward. And look at this. So this is my palm, and you know, I have a pretty big palm, and look at this. The size of this Mercedes-Benz badge is so big. It's actually bigger than my finger. If it was taken off, I wouldn't even be able to grab it. This model is available in Vancouver. That's where I am right now. And shout out to SPC AUTO groups and About Cars group, since they are the ones that, you know, allowed me to be able to review this car. Check them out on social media or visit their website. They do a lot of stuff, including immigration, cars, and so on. So shout out to SPC group. And if you want a good deal on this actual car that's actually for sale, let them know Half Man Half Tech sent you, and you get a pretty good discount. When you come into the booth, you can see you have pretty decent space here. You have two speakers, one on the left, and you have a Balenciaga hat that someone probably left in the car, and you have another AMG stamp here. Now, you can see here you also have a bar inside, and you can see the interior from the back, the way it looks. Amazing interiors. There's an exhaust there, and there seems to be a central exhaust right there, and there's another exhaust on the right hand side, that side. And this car has carbon fiber almost everywhere. You also have some air grills here on this hand side that sort of cool, and are these plastic? Okay, it's plastic, but at least it's real. It's not like just a covering. It does have some mesh. Let me see if my iPhone can focus through that. Okay, so it does have some cuttings, and air does go through and try to cool the brakes. And so the same is true when it comes to this front section here. This is real, and it has, that's how the way, you know, for the aerodynamic. And so is it the same here. You can see that that actually goes through. You can put your hand through there and you'll be able to see. So this car has a lot of power. We'll open the trunk, but first let's go inside and see how the interior looks like. So this is how it looks from the driver hand side. So you can see here, just this looks pretty much standard, and you can see we have this stitching that goes all around here, and it also is on the top section. This doesn't feel any special. This is the locking and unlocking. And what I like about this section is this carbon fiber section that you have here. It's pretty good. And when you look here, you can see that it has the AMG badge or AMG stamp here. Performance. Now, look at the interior of this car. Pretty good. These seats, when I was driving this car, it actually grabs you so tight. Hopefully there's a way to adjust it. I haven't had enough time to be able to play with this, but if I'm a huge guy and I try fit in here, I might have a hard time trying to fit in here. And it's so low to the ground, but this model has an upgrade that allows you to be able to raise up the suspension, because right now you see this is my finger, but you see how close we are to the ground, just reaches about there. In order to be able to show you what the interior is like, this phone, the main sensor, has some sort of zoom to it and it crops everything out. So I need to go to the wide view. The quality might drop a little bit, but let me switch over on the wide view and then I'll be able to show you some of the things that, this Mercedes-Benz has. This is the driver section point of view when you have this car or when you are sitting inside. The steering, it has this center portion that depicts it almost comes standard on most AMG Mercedes-Benz, like the C classes have a red one, and this one, to go with the interior stitching and everything that we have, you can see this one comes in yellow. And we have this traction control knob. You can see it also comes in yellow, and I like the sound that it makes. It makes this clicking sound. We'll get the key soon and then be able to show you some of the other things. Now, you see how the stitching goes all around, and then in these seats, you see that the stitching also comes around and goes about. Now, right here, you have your gear selector. You can see you have your park. It's a button, and then you can shift using this knob between reverse, neutral, and drive. And then I want to show you this as this raises the suspension. Now, this is a one-touch button. And when you press this, you hear the sound. Okay, so this lowers the car and raises the car depending on what you want to see. And then when it comes to the steering here, you have your downshift here, and then you have your upshift right there. So here you can see you have some of your cruise controls sections. You have some of the minor controls, and then return home button. You also have the volume up. I like the way this feels like. It's pretty smooth, and I think you can make some micro adjustments. Now, the car, after raising it up for some time and you don't move, it does lower itself. So that's the sound that you heard in the background. Now, right here, this one has no sunroof, unfortunately. And what you have here, you have your heated seats, you have your camera, you have your hazard lights, and then you have your parking as well as the passenger side heated seats. Now, you can actually see my device in this review mirror right there. But you also have some lighting controls for the rear, and then for opening doors, you have emergency SOS as well. And something that I wanted to show you is the other carbon fiber pieces that we have in this car. And you can see here in the center console, we have one. On the passenger side as well, we have a little bit. And you see where the speakers on the front side are. We have one there, and then we have one on this side. Now, you can see the pedals. That's the accelerator. This is the brakes. Now, I wish these had some sort of AMG badge or stitching to them, but it is what it is. This opens up the boot, and then this activates the parking brake. When you want to open the front, you see there's an orange pull tab, and I'm actually like kneeling and crouching down in order to be able to reach this, but it's hidden all the way inside. I guess if you have a V8 Mercedes-Benz AMG engine, then you're not going to be opening the front or the hood of your car that often, but once you do open it, this is what you come to. So this is our V8 engine, and you can see here we have the designer, the one who handcrafted this engine specifically. And let me just zoom out so that you get to see how this beauty or this masterpiece looks like. It looks amazing. From here it actually makes about 580 horsepower, and this is all stock. The engine hasn't been modified. We're about to start this car so that you hear the sound it makes. And my mic probably clipped out from the sound this beast makes. Whoa, this is a real beast. Yeah, this is a real beast. And this is a cold start, by the way, so this is how this Mercedes-Benz is making some popcorn. So this is how we'll be recording our B-roll for follow. So we have this DJI Mini 3 Pro. It has this stabilized gimbal. You see that? So we'll put it there, and then the car will follow us, and the driver will be able to see himself and how close or how far he is, and that way we'll get a B-roll when it comes to the beasts. So yeah, this is my first video when it comes to, you know, making videos about cars, not fixing cars, because I did review my old Mercedes-Benz C-Class, but this is, you know, something way better ahead of that grade. So first car video in terms of just reviewing cars. Let me know what you think about this video. If you want to see more car videos, which I think, you know, since I like cars, I might be doing pretty soon, but this is it when it comes to this Mercedes-Benz GTR. Pretty cool car. It sounds amazing, and that's about it for me, guys. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.